Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So Sony recently confirmed that they're putting major amounts of money into their PlayStation VR2 lineup, which includes a mix of over 20 first-party and third-party games. So today we're going over what titles we may expect to see at launch day, based on everything that's already been confirmed and some juicy rumors. I will be ordering this video from the least to most likely launch titles, but before we get started, I would like to see down in the comments what title you either expect to see launch on the PlayStation VR2 or what your dream VR title would be. Now there are of course links and timestamps down in the description, but before we jump in, this video is sponsored by Kiwi Design, one of my favorite sites for VR accessories, like their amazing Quest 2 Elite strap. Who knows, maybe they'll have some PlayStation VR accessories for us in the near future, but until then they have everything else you may need for your current headset. There's a link down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. Okay, so let's start off with some unlikely rumors. Now these projects might not even be true, let alone be launch day titles. First on that list is Stormland and a sequel from developers Insomniac Games. Now currently Insomniac does make multiple other exclusive PlayStation titles, including Ratchet & Clank, Spider-Man, and some of their upcoming new games. Now my original source for this rumor is unverifiable and not the most reliable, but what makes this even less likely was the fact that Stormland was an Oculus Studio project. So unless the rights were timed, I doubt we'll see this project happen. Now our next title would come from Epic Games, who is on record stating that they wanted to make a PlayStation VR2 launch title. Now, if you're unaware, this is the studio that owns the Unreal Engine and made the absolutely fantastic VR game Robo Recall. Epic Games has also shown off multiple different demos featuring updated assets from that title. But once again, we have that same issue of funding from Meta, so I'm not sure if they have the rights to release a Robo Recall 2. Now, even if they don't, I still really hope Epic Games has made a launch day title for the PlayStation VR2, no matter what that game may be. Next up is another unlikely title, which would be the Gallery Episode 3. The Gallery Episodes 1 and 2 were absolutely fantastic early PSVR titles released by Cloudhead Games, the studio you most likely know right now because of Pistol Whip. Now, the developers previously stated that they had no plans to return to the Gallery until VR hardware made a significant leap forward. I'm really hoping the PlayStation VR2 is that leap because I absolutely fell in love with the Gallery. Now, Fast Travel Games has recently confirmed that they're working on PlayStation VR2 titles, and we just don't know if that means they're porting some of their other games like Cities VR, or if we'll get something like an Apex Construct sequel. There's also the potential for Budget Cuts 3, which would also be excellent, but even if this was just a port of Cities VR to the PlayStation 5, the extra power of the console can close the gap between Cities VR and Cities Skylines, unlike the inferior version we have on the Quest 2. And finally, in the unlikely for a release day title category, we have Ghostbusters VR from nDreams. Now, nDreams has stated that they are working on a PlayStation VR2 title, and we know that they are also working on Ghostbusters VR. Could these possibly line up and roll into a release day title? We'll just have to wait and see. So to quickly recap that unlikely category, these were titles that may or may not be in the works, and even if they are, they might not be release day titles. Now, moving into the next category on this list, we have likely sequels, and the first one up is Farpoint 2. Now, Farpoint was an amazingly successful PlayStation VR exclusive from developers Impulse Gear, but published through Sony. Currently, their focus is on their hero shooter Larcenauts though, and I'm not sure if they have the manpower to be producing a whole other game. I personally hope they are because Farpoint definitely deserves a sequel. Now, another title that deserves a sequel is Iron Man. Developers Camouflage have mentioned that they are interested in developing a sequel, and it does appear as if they are currently working on a new title for Sony, so that does put an Iron Man 2 title in the realm of possibility. Even more likely, maybe Blood and Truth 2. In a similar story, developers London Studio are definitely working on a new title right now, and it's very possible it might be available for the launch of the PlayStation VR2. Will it be Blood and Truth 2 or something completely different? But some sequels that I would almost guarantee are Resident Evil 8 and Astro Bot 2. Now, Resident Evil 8 is already a complete game, and we've seen modders already make this work for PSVR, so imagine what people with access to the actual source code can do. It just seems like a no-brainer, and I expect it to happen. Just like Astro Bot Rescue Mission 2. Sony already has plenty of high-quality assets from Astro's Playroom, and combine that with the fact that Astro Bot Rescue Mission was one of the best PlayStation VR games, I just couldn't imagine Astro not being around for the launch of the PlayStation VR2. Now our next category is a combination of rumor combined with fully confirmed games. The ongoing rumor is Sony is pushing for hybrid development. They want flat screen titles to either have a VR mode or to be fully playable in VR. So what big upcoming PlayStation games are lining up with when we expect the PlayStation VR2 to hit? Well, in that category, we have God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, Gran Turismo, Gotham Knights. There's a lot of fantastic potential out there. I'm really hoping this rumor's true, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so the next category is VR games where the developer has either confirmed a PlayStation VR2 release or they at least mentioned it. Now again, even if they are making a PlayStation VR2 title, it doesn't mean it's a release date title. Now first on that list is Pavlov. Now developer Dave Vills has mentioned that this title is coming to the PlayStation VR2, and since it's currently the most popular VR shooter, it only makes sense for Sony to help get this title on their platform. So I think there's a good chance this might actually happen. Now Lo-Fi has also been confirmed for the PlayStation VR2. Now this is a title that feels like it's been in development forever with no true end in sight, but who knows, maybe it might actually launch at the end of this year or into 2023, and PlayStation gamers get an awesome sci-fi launch day title. Now this next game is only a rumor, but I put it pretty high up on the list because a lot of people I talk to in the industry seem to be convinced this is definitely going to happen, and that's Half-Life Alyx coming to PlayStation VR on day one. It makes sense for Sony to target the biggest names out there. The Half-Life IP was big enough to add 1 million new VR gamers overnight, and Valve previously worked extremely hard to make sure this game ran great on every headset, so why not the PlayStation VR2? Sony gets a great launch day title, and Valve makes extra money on one of their biggest projects. Okay, so on to a confirmed title that has some potential to be available on release day, and that's NFL Pro Era. While there's no official release date just yet, this football simulation title has been confirmed to be coming to the MetaQuest and the PlayStation VR2. It's also a 2022 title, which would make it available for the PlayStation VR2's release date. And another title in the exact same category is Among Us VR. Among Us is officially confirmed for the PlayStation VR2 and coming later this year, so it's very likely that when the PlayStation VR2 releases, we'll be backstabbing our friends. And finally, the title that is almost guaranteed to be available on release day is Horizon Call of the Mountain. This was the first PlayStation VR2 title that was ever showcased, so I truly doubt that's a coincidence, and the Horizon series is absolutely huge for Sony, so a title like this would have them coming out swinging. It's also an absolutely gorgeous series, which would help showcase that new VR technology. Okay, so that was my list of Sony PlayStation VR2 games that we should or could see, but I would like to know which ones you absolutely disagree with down in the comments. Okay, everybody, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.